When putting together your score section, you see here at the bottom I have my score and I have the comp score at 0, 0, and I click and everything's spaced out and looks pretty nice, right? So for now, what you could have done is what I could have done, right? Is when I first thought about it, what I said is the score needs to be drawn in the beginning of the program, right? When I first start. So when I first start it, it needs to be drawn and ready to go. When I click, it should be updating, right? Based on whether I win or I lose. So to get it to be drawn when I first run the game, that means I want to run it not on my click function, because my click function runs when I click on the screen, right? And I don't want to put that code that draws the score up here at the top, because we only want to have our global variables declared at the top of our program, right? And also our imports. So now the question is okay, should I put it in draw rectangle? Well, draw rectangle draws the rectangles for the boxes, right? So we shouldn't put it in draw rectangle. Should I put it in draw score? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you should put it on draw score. But the only other function that you would have left is def main. And so that's where it should go. Right? So what I did, instead of just putting the code here, is I made a draw score function. And so in my draw score function here, what did I do? I made a turtle, and I went to the right location, and I wrote your score, and I wrote 0, and then I wrote comp score, and I wrote 0, and that's how I get what I get. Right? But now the problem is how do I update the score when I click on the screen? Right? So in order to get that done, well, I would need to rewrite when I click on the screen if they either win or lose, right? If the player either wins or lose. So what that means is right here when I win or lose. Where do I win or lose? Okay, right here when I either win or lose, I want to rewrite the score. So I'm going to do a write right here, right? Well, maybe right here after I increment the score. I write the computer score again. But if I do that, it's going to overwrite what I wrote previously. It's going to pancake on top of each other. Maybe you don't see what I'm saying, so I can show you. So right here on the comp score, what do I want to rewrite? I want to rewrite this. Okay, so I want to go to the right location, and I want to write the new score. Okay, so I'm going to copy that text. I'm going to come here to where the computer, or when I lose, okay, right here. I lose, and the computer score needs to be updated. So this is going to the right location. It's going to 150 to the right, and it's going negative 300 down. And now I don't want it to say 0. I want it to do str computer score. Okay. Now I'm going to run it. I'm going to take a look at this computer score. I'm going to click, tie, waiting for my loss. See, I lost, and it prints out the 1. But the 0 is still there, right? I don't want that 0. Okay, I don't want that 0 there. And so how can I fix this problem? Well, what I can do is I can make this turtle that I used in DrawScore global. All right, and if I make him global, then that means I use him to write the scores here. And then when I'm over here, I can use the same turtle to rewrite the scores. So I could do the same turtle dot clear, and then I could rewrite the score. That way I don't get the pancake. Okay. So let's go ahead and make that turtle. Let's call him, make him global up here. Let's call him score turtle is equal to turtle.turtle. Okay, so we got this turtle, and in my draw score function, I'm going to go ahead and not make a new turtle, but I'm going to say global score turtle, and I'm going to use score turtle everywhere I see that T. So let's use score turtle here instead. And here, and here, and there. Okay. So, and then now when I win, or I'm sorry, when I lose, I'm going to use score turtle here and here. And not only that, but I'm also going to say score turtle.clear before I do this. Okay. That brings up another issue actually, but let me just go ahead and show you what that issue is. So I click, you see that? It changes, right? But what's the issue? Is that when I do clear, it clears everything that that turtle wrote, right? So what do we need to do? Well, what we need to do is we need to rewrite everything here. Okay, so maybe an easier way to do this would be to call draw score right here. Okay. So maybe I could just call draw score, and then I could pass in the computer score and the player score. Well, maybe I could just call draw score. Okay. And what is draw score going to do? It's going to rewrite the scores. So we come over here, and the first thing we want to do is we want to do score.t clear, right? So this is going to clear everything that it wrote before, and it's going to rewrite everything. Okay, and if we do that, we don't want to write 0 and 0, right? We want to use the player score, which will be 0 when it first starts, right? And it'll change when they win or lose. So here I'm going to do str player score, and over here I'm going to do str comp score. Okay. So when we first run the game, it's going to run main, right? It's going to run draw score. It's going to jump up to draw score. It's going to write everything, and it's going to write the player score. And what is the player score? Well, when we first start the game, player score is equal to 0. How do I know that? Because I set player score equal to 0, comp score equal to 0. So it's going to write 0 and 0 on the screen. When I click on the box, if I win, if I lose, it's going to run draw score, and you could see here that I changed the computer score to 1, right? So when it goes to draw the score again, it's going to clear everything, rewrite everything, and it's going to be 0, 1, right? Okay, so it's working. Well, ideally, it's going to work the way that we think it works. And now I need to add when I win, right? So right here, when I win, I want to run draw score as well. So let's go ahead and see if this actually works. Click here. Okay, so I click off the button, nothing happens. That's good, right? None of this clears. I click on the button, and I lose, so comp score goes up by 1. Click again, I tie, nothing happens. Click again, I lose, comp score goes up to 2. I win, right? So it looks like it's working. So great. Great, everything's working fine. Okay. So from here, all we need to do is try to end the game when their score gets to 10. So we'll go ahead and talk about that in the next video.